Now, broadcasting on Radio Star Worldwide, it's the Maverick Difference Radio Show with Paul Finck. When you want to step up and dare to be different, when you'll dare to be great and live to your fullest potential, when you are ready to dare to be a maverick and live the life of your dreams, then it's time to listen to Paul Finck.
Hey guys, welcome to the Maverick Difference Radio Show live every Tuesday, 11 a.m. You are in the right place at the right time. We're also on demand 24/7. Yes, we're on iTunes. You can go hear the replays there. We also are right here with our great producer. Blade is here by my side, and this is the broadcast Radio Star Worldwide, broadcasting live. So thank you so much, Blade. You're here to coordinate. We've got also, and you can call in. We're here live and video through Blab, and we're also, you can be calling in. The number to call in, 480-945-0442. And anyone who's here hanging out with me on Blab, absolutely come join me. Come join me, and if you want to call in, be my guest, jump in. Let's create some activity here and some action where we do it different. The whole point of this show is to talk about, what does that mean? Break the rules, do it different, dare to do it different. It's one of the characteristics of being successful. It's one of the characteristics of being a maverick, which is who I am. And what I'm all about is creating a maverick difference and creating the maverick millions the maverick way. And we'll talk about and touch on what that's all about. I'm a speaker. I'm a trainer. I'm a coach. Paul, you want to patch Paul in? I would love to talk to Paul. Absolutely. Patch him right in. We've got a call from Paul Wiki. Paul, what's going on?
Hey, I just want to say I had fun in Chicago, and I am so looking forward to your event in New Jersey. And
awesome.
Go Cavaliers.
And go Cavaliers. Absolutely. And we're talking about doing it different. And Paul, I got to tell you, and here's a gentleman. Paul and I were just hanging out in Chicago together, and I travel all around the country. I train people all around the world, and we were hanging out in Chicago and talking about real estate and real estate development, real estate strategies of choice on how to really become a powerful real estate investor. And we were having a great time in Chicago having that discussion and really how to do it different. And Paul, man, you do it different. What is it that you attribute, your focus, your energy, your excitement to? We're talking about breaking the rules, something that you live by?
No doubt. Well, one of the things that's extremely important to me is my faith. That's definitely a guiding factor. 2, I know what my why is, and I stay focused on it. And 3, I have a mentor, and that helps me when times get tough. That's probably the 3 things that I do that help the most.
Awesome. And I agree so wholeheartedly with all that. It's, focus and spirituality and also having a mentor. How long have you had a mentor?
About 6 years now.
And is it only one mentor, or do you have multiple mentors?
I have different mentors for different things. So in real estate, I have one mentor, and then I have a local mentor in my market that I do things more locally with. So multiple mentors to answer your question.
Yeah, and that's definitely something that I have found is that, you want a mentor for maybe your spirituality, and you want a mentor for your health and nutrition. You want a mentor for your business strategies of choice and how you're really staying on task on a business or financial level. And so all these can be different components, different possibilities. As a mentor myself, I've had mentors for, officially now for 10 years straight, and it's continues to grow. And right now I've got multiple on my roster. So it's definitely a part of the equation. You're also joining me in New Jersey, which isn't till October. However, I've got another event that's sooner. And for those of you that may not be aware, I do 3-day boot camps all around the country. My next one is in Las Vegas. Woohoo! And I just have a blast there. And I do my events there just to have a blast in Vegas. And it is going to be one of my most powerful events to date. We just have a ton of just phenomenal, great people that are coming that I know of that are already registered. And so absolutely, July 15th through the 17th, go to MaverickSellingToday.com, MaverickSellingToday.com. For those of you that are interested, check it out. It talks more about the event there. Hey, we've got another friend of mine coming on, and Paul, you can stay on if you would like to continue. And let me see about Breen. I've got someone else calling in on Blab.
Yeah, I'd like to stay on and add a real estate tip if possible.
I will, and just hold on there for a moment, Paul. And we've got Stephanie on. Stephanie, how are you?
I'm awesome. How are you?
Doing great. Stephanie, give me a little bit about your background.
Sure. I'm in California and we're having a heat wave. Whoop, whoop. I co-own a wellness center in Pacific Palisades. We offer acupuncture, massage, and organic facials, and we also manufacture a line of herbal formulas for pets. We have 12 formulas that I'm extremely passionate about, and we also customize herbs for people as well.
That sounds phenomenal. Where, what location were you saying it was?
In Pacific Palisades.
Yep. Awesome. We were just
Oasis Palisades is the business.
2 weeks ago, I was in LA and San Diego. So enjoying the weather out there. Actually, it was a little bit colder. It was right before the heat wave.
I know, it's crazy. It was like up until the heat wave, it was like June gloom for sure.
Yep, that's what we were experiencing. I was out there with my wife and did some speaking. If you're in the real estate game, I was hanging out with Steve Love and Prosperity Real Estate.
I'm not in the real estate, but I did go to a Les Brown thing maybe about a year ago, and there was different speakers. And my husband owns a property management company, so he knows about that stuff.
You absolutely should be in real estate.
I know. I would love, it would be my ideal, something for the future is I would love to own like a sober living place, buy a house and have maybe vets, that whole deal.
Right. So more like assisted living or. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh
my God. I just had an aha moment because I'm in the holistic field. Wouldn't it have great to have like a home where you have like people maybe doing holistic modality treatment things instead of like,
Yes.
Well, I specialize in doing massage with people with cancer. And so one of my other ideal things would be to have a holistic infusion center. Wouldn't that be awesome?
That would be really cool. Let me ask you something. So the topic of today is about breaking the rules. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that I've lived by is never going by the rules.
Right.
Matter of fact, I pride myself. I've been an entrepreneur now for 30 plus years. Right out of college, went right into entrepreneurial living, which means I've broken all the rules every day of the week for 30 plus years. Wow. I've never had a 9-to-5 job, ever. Mm-hmm. I've always been in outside sales, or I've owned my own businesses. And so now over the last 10, I've actually gotten it right. Instead of being a serial entrepreneur, I actually have several different businesses that are successful. And
I'm working on that.
the key with breaking the rules is that most people who follow the rules, who go by the rule book, well, they're unhappy, they're depressed, they're broke. Their whole week is about TGIF. Oh, thank God it's Friday, because then I get to do a small smidgen of what I like to do for the rest of my life. And the rest of the time is just time that I pass by without actually doing what I want. And that's so sad. And I want to ask you, what rules have you've broken, or how does this conversation fit with what you are and who you are?
I can definitely answer that question, but let me just say that when you were talking about mentors, I had an aha moment, because I do have a business coach and I do consider him a mentor, but he's not my spiritual mentor or guru, or you know what I'm saying? So you need like a mentor. And I do have many mentors, but you made me think about that.
Yeah, absolutely. And, especially people lean on me for a lot of different things. I tend to take a really, a 50,000 foot viewpoint of a person's life when I coach them. And whether they come in to coach with me for business or personal, it's definitely that larger view that says, okay, let's look at the big picture. Let's look at the long range picture as well as the short range. Let's really figure out where you're at before I start saying, oh yeah, this is what you need to do. We want to create your vision, your why, your where you're headed, so that we can reverse engineer it. And so few people actually take that approach.
I couldn't get it at first. My very first coach was a mindset coach, and I wanted business. And he was so focused on mindset, and I wanted business. So he and I didn't mesh. And then I got the business coach, and he and I, but I still, it's like, you gotta.
Yeah, well, I will say, fortunately for me, I'm a mix, and because I've got a background in psychology. And I've also got certified in hypnotherapy and neuro-linguistic programming, and I've been in sales and entrepreneurship for 30 years. Yeah. It's where the two cross. It's where, mindset and belief systems are so important. However, then you need to know, how do you really do your marketing? How do you get clear with your sales funnels? How do you pay attention to your monetization and your bottom line?
And then I found tapping, which is a whole other ball game. And when I went to my first tapping thing, I'm like, you can go to all the freaking seminars, you can have all the mentors, but if you don't believe yourself and you don't work on your, you know what I'm saying, then, so.
That's where the hypnotherapy and the certifications in that realm came from. And that was the whole point. And that was
I love you already, because you've got it. 30 years, you've been doing it 30 years. You're walking, you're talking.
Yeah. Now let's get clear. 30 years. I did okay.
But you're paid your time. In the
last 10, I exploded. And that's so important. For most people believe it's a quick fix. So you're going to catapult to the top overnight. Every time you've ever seen someone who says, you look at them, they're an overnight success. I'll tell you, they've already done tons of additional pieces before that for years that we never even knew.
Can I say one more thing?
Matter of fact,
because that you have that I don't have, and that you at one point were hungry. You had to. You have a wife, you have a family. You had to. You were hungry. I'm not hungry. So, that's the mindset I've got to change for me too. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Paul, you still there?
Sorry, Paul.
It's okay. We've got Paul. And I have a question for you, Paul. And I know we've talked about this. Are you hungry?
I am hungry.
Yeah, I'm not hungry enough.
And here I'll even add one more point. Are you hungry at a level 10?
I love that.
Paul?
Yes, sir. I am hungry at a level 10.
At a level 10. Because in my experience, hungry at an 8 doesn't cut it. Hungry at an 8
Hungry
gets
at a
you
10.
stuck, gets you
You're
stopped.
hungry
Because
at a
any
10. I gotta write that down. You have to be hungry. So how do you take somebody like me who's not hungry to be hungry? You know, I mean, and you know what I mean by I'm not hungry. I just, you know, am comfortable. Is that the word? I don't know.
Yes, or we could say complacent.
Complacent.
Are you? Let me ask something. And anyone who wants to join in, we do have one more spot here on Blab to hang out with us. We also have other phone lines. And Paul, and just to Blade, we can accept other phone calls other than Paul, correct? Simultaneously. Yes, thank you very much, my producer, the God who makes all this work.
I know. I love them because I know Tim Gillette's show is awesome, and they do that. Yes. And I've seen other people's show. I want to talk to them about having my own show. I don't know what I'll talk about, but maybe massage, acupuncture, oils, stuff like that. Acupressure.
We can help. We can help you out with that. Blade and Star Worldwide Network, absolutely magnificent in producing it.
I love them.
I help people create ideas and visions on how to make all that happen with content.
Yeah.
It's one of the things I do. And if you're interested, Stephanie, and anyone else here, absolutely go to Maverick Selling Today.
Can you put it in the link side?
It already.
Oh, I see it.
Maverick Selling Today. Just go there, and it's got more information about my 3-day boot camp. I've been doing this 3-day boot camp for about 8 years now. So this is nothing new. We do it all around the country. We do it about once every few months. So absolutely check it out. We've got a couple dates there. If you're interested, come join us. It is conversations like this, as well as sales and marketing and really getting clear with your business model and how to take ideas from start to finish and really explode.
And you
them.
just had I'm on your website. It's beautiful. You came speaking right away, which I had to cut you off so we wouldn't interrupt your blab. Yeah. But key, you have a beautiful pop-up, what is that called, a landing page where you can get people's information, which is so important.
We can show you how to do that too.
I know. I know.
Yeah, real important to do that, to build your database. And we talk more about that at the event as well.
And it's bro deal.
What was that?
Bro price.
Yeah.
It was a bro deal. Is that a live 3-day event? I need LA. I don't travel. Are you going to be in LA?
Yes. No, travel. It's a hop, skip, and a jump. It's in Vegas. Come on.
Ain't bad.
Yeah.
It's not
ain't bad at all. You know, you want it. Listen, get a little hungry, Stephanie. You'll travel.
I know.
Get a little hungry. I will tell you my secret to getting hungry.
What?
My secret. Well, I had 6 kids. I don't necessarily advise everyone to have that formula. However, it worked for me. I have 3 sets of twins, 6 children.
3 sets of twins. God bless you.
So that got me up out of my comfort zone. It got me out of my complacency, and it got me really kicking and moving forward. And that was, now my youngest is 14, then 15 and 20. So it definitely is a good mix. So we are just rolling along here. I want to check my time. We're A-okay.
I never answered your question.
No, go right ahead. What was my question? Oh, gosh darn. It's okay then. If you don't remember, we're okay. The whole idea, and here's the thing, is breaking the rules. I've been breaking the rules for a long time. And for those that don't, in United States, we have some basic components. The myth of success go to college, get a job, retire after 30 to 40, maybe even 50 years in this day and age, pay down your house, have no debt, and live comfortably for the rest of your life. That is the person that abides by all the rules, follows the mantra of what the United States talks about, and creates more. Unfortunately, it doesn't work. Unfortunately, anyone and everyone that I have seen, I have interviewed, I have watched who's done this model has not reached a successful, consistent lifestyle business model, created what they really wanted in their life. And they end up at the end of the game saying, I woulda, coulda, shoulda. Oh my gosh. There's got to be a better way. And I've learned over the years, yes, there are rule books. I read them. I watch them. I learn in my industry what the rules are. And then I find the ways to get around them. I find the ways to break them. I find the ways that are important to create so much more in something different. And in doing that,
I'm stalking you on
doing
Facebook.
That, I saw it pop up. Thanks. Absolutely. I'm in social media everywhere. So come find me. And the key is that in breaking the rules, it's created such a difference. I've been able to create, I have 4 different businesses right now. I travel all around the country and around the world at whim. And I've been able to create an abundance that most people could only dream about. And I do attribute it to doing it different and breaking the rules. And so what does it look like? We're going to take a break. We're going to take, what was
that?
That
was the question. Breaking the rules. What do you do differently or something?
What does it actually look like? So what do you do to break the rules before we break? Go ahead.
Well, thank you, Jesus. As you, I've had my own business for 9 years. So even though,
awesome.
I am the business, that whole thing.
Yep.
At least I can make my own schedule. At least I can go to my kids' games. At least I can take the week off or 3 weeks off or do whatever, that kind of thing. Even though,
Right.
So that's
awesome.
Breaking the rules, I guess. I don't know. I'm learning. I'm new at this.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm new at this. Even though I've been in business for 9 years, I've only really in my mindset have been a businesswoman for a couple of years, and I'm learning now how to do. I'm just barely after 9 years doing, setting up a CRM system in my practice. Things like that. It's crazy.
So when you say you're not hungry, why do you think you're not hungry?
Well, because I don't know. My family, I don't know. I have a husband, so he pays the mortgage. He does all the things. I just pretty much make my own money and play with my own money. And so that kind of thing and do my own thing. I don't know if that makes sense.
Why do you work?
I am crazy. My mind thinks business 24/7. I've been working since I was a kid in high school. I mean, I'm a medical assistant. I've had 3 jobs at once. I'm a dancer. I teach Zumba because I love whatever I do. I'm passionate about it.
Why do you do it?
I don't know. I'm passionate about it. I do it. I don't know. Maybe there's some darker reason because I didn't want to be like my parents.
It could be a brighter reason. It's okay. It doesn't have to be on the dark side.
Well, maybe because, I don't want to say this on air because, but I'm saying in my family, I'm the one who feels like they have to take care in not with my brothers and my mom. I feel like, that's kind of not my,
you're the caretaker for the family.
Yes, Lord Jesus. And it's very.
What's that got to do with doing business?
I don't know. There's a lot. I don't know. I'm off track now. You have to go to commercial break. Remember?
So, ladies and gentlemen, that was an avoidance technique that we just, all right. I'm not talking. here's one ways and one advice for Stephanie and everyone else out there. One of the things that I have found to be the number one thing that most people do not do that has set me free to be me and that has attracted tons of business to me, and that is simply be an open book. Simply talk about the good, the bad, the horrible, the different. Be able to express yourself freely about all the stuff, we all go through it, guys. We all go through the garbage in our life. Be free to talk about that. And I talk about it on stage. I talk about it on the air. I talk about the garbage in life because we all go through it. And as soon as I started doing that and being really free to experience it fully, no matter who was around, it made all the difference in the world in how I was able to show up, because there wasn't any facades, there wasn't any phoniness, and people could feel that. Wow. And with that, it attracted a world to me, and it attracted an abundance. Over and above that, it also helped just millions of people because I was able to express and talk about what I was going through, which helped them with what they were going through. And so in that way, I was able to expand my reach and help just so many more people because I was free to express and be in that way. And so to be, sometimes people say humble or private or no. I couldn't talk about that because it might hurt someone else. When you're saying the truth, it is just the truth. And the truth will set you free.
Amen.
Be set free and absolutely do all that you want to do in just talking and being you. So with that in mind, we're going to take a commercial break and we're going to be right back to really get into deep about some of the real techniques about what we can do to do it different. What does do it different look like? This is Paul Finck. This is the Maverick Difference Radio Show. Talk to you right after this.
This is the Maverick Difference Radio Show with Paul Finck. We'll be back right after this. The Magnificent Leader with your host, Patty Azar, can be heard every Tuesday at 11 a.m. on StarWorldWideNetworks.com. Join Patty Azar as she gathers insight and wisdom from magnificent leaders across the world. The Magnificent Leader has a zest for life and an appetite to live it to the fullest. They love their people, remove the obstacles to their success, and celebrate their wins with everyone. If you want to learn the secrets to creating joy, happiness, and success in your life and career, become a magnificent leader. Every Tuesday at 11 a.m. or anytime 24/7 on StarWorldWideNetworks.com. Seize the Day with Susan F. Moody is heard every Saturday at 10 a.m. on StarWorldWideNetworks.com. Susan is a certified success coach, author, speaker, and radio host who for over 20 years has been working with aspiring entrepreneurs just like you. It's time to define your goals, build your dreams, accelerate your results, and create a richer, more fulfilling life. It's time to seize the day. Be inspired and empowered to live your life your way with your success coach, Susan F. Moody. Yes, you can. Seize the day. Saturday mornings at 10 on StarWorldWideNetworks.com. You're listening to Paul Finck and the Maverick Difference Radio Show. Now, here's Paul.
Welcome back. Paul Finck here, the Maverick Millionaire, the Maverick Selling System. The Power of Mentoring is just one of my books and coming out with a new one. How to Become a Sales Maverick and Double Your Income. Welcome. Today we are talking about the concept of, breaking the rules, doing it different, doing it absolutely in a different way than the majority of people out there. And in my experience, that is what builds success. As I've watched successful people, and You think about the Mavericks of our day, and Richard Branson and Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, and these people have set the pace where it wasn't about getting a college degree and going and getting a job and working there for 30, 40 years and then retiring and putting aside for a pension fund and doing all these pieces. What they showed us and what they've set the pathway for all of us to do is go out there and figure out what it is on how to serve people, how to find that niche, or simply how to take a chance, take a risk, and do it different than anyone else. And when you do, the abundance comes. When you do, the life just opens up for you, and you're able to be and create anything that you want and have whatever you want in your life. And that's not just financial. That is, the joy, the happiness, the relationships, all those things come because you are doing it right and daring to do it different and be a maverick in everything that you do. So absolutely, the question is how? What is it that, I do different than most people? I've been an entrepreneur for 30 years. And in that time, I have found I've consistently just done things so different, so off the beaten path from the way most people have. My first job out of college was my first job was salaried. It was the only real salary job I've ever had. And it was salaried. It gave me a small piece, a small little bonus, a little commission on top of that salary. However, it was mostly pure salary. I was in that job for 7 weeks. 7 weeks. That's it. Because I quit and I went to a straight commission position. God bless my parents for letting me go through that process, because it set the pathway for the rest of my life. Most people wouldn't have dared to do that. Most people would have been happy with a salary job. It would have been where their comfort zone was. It would have given them what they needed. For me, it bored me silly. It got me so tired. It actually, they paid for me to move into my new apartment and gave me some time to paint it. Other than that, it was nothing that excited me. I left that job, and it wasn't that I got a different job or a different career or a different industry. I did the same thing, only I went to the competition that was paying straight commission. And so right off the bat, I did things very differently than most. And within 6 months, I had my best friend working for me. Yes, he was working for me. With 6 months out of college, I had my best friend working for me. I was doing so well. Within the first year, I had my first business. That business skyrocketed. In about 6 months, we were doing somewhere in excess of $500,000 in gross sales for the year we had done up to that point in the first 6 months of being in business. This was the pathway. And so what did I do different? I didn't listen to what other people said. I didn't listen to what most people were telling me to do. I took a different road, a different path. Stephanie says, that's hungry and ballsy. Absolutely. When you're talking about being a maverick and you watch, and successful people, they leave clues. Watch what Steve Jobs did. Watch what Bill Gates did. Watch what Richard Branson does. All these components, all these people have set the pathways. Man, ballsy every step of the way. I mean, Richard Branson started Virgin Airlines at a time when airlines were going out of business, saying that this wasn't a viable model, that it was going to have to be held up by government. And there was talk about it even being taken over by the government because it wasn't a viable model for success. And that's when Virgin Airlines came into the industry, run by Richard Branson, and totally changed the way people started looking at airline travel. Then he started talking about really delivering service, and that attracted people rather than repelled them. Just one of the ways you can do it different. And I have a list here. Yes, there's actual papers here in front of me. I have a list. Say you take a person like me and make them hungry. And it's not about money, Stephanie. It's about everything, understanding that you can step up. And this is kind of a side note. It's not just about breaking the rules. It's about deciding why you're breaking the rules, deciding why you're going to do what you're doing. Right now you're doing what you're doing and you're like, yes, I enjoy this. I enjoy that. I enjoy some variety in my life. And I bring that in. When your goal is to help people, well, how many people? I hear that, oh, no, I'm just interested in helping people. I say, great. Are you interested in helping 1, 2, 5, 10, 20? How many people do you want to help? Most people say, well, I want to help a few people. I want to help, 100 people. I said, why would you stop at only helping 100 people? How selfish are you? And they go, take a step back. They go, no, I'm not selfish. I want to help more. Only that's not really realistic. I go, well, depends. When you really want it, you can make it happen. You want to help thousands, we can find a way. You want to help millions, we can find a way. How many people do you want to really help? Oh, you only want to help a couple people? Go right ahead. I guess really helping people isn't a passion of yours. So stop talking about it as if it is. Stop being that person that says, oh, yeah, where they say one thing and do another. You really don't want to help people, or you would absolutely be motivated to help thousands of people instead of only a handful. Now, how do you help thousands of people? Well, one way is create more income. Helping people, and you may think, oh, this is it shouldn't be that way. I don't deal in shoulda, could. I deal with what is. And what is that with money, you can help millions. And without money, you're challenged. Find the money, bring it into your life. I have now been able to help millions of people across the country because I took a strong and hard stand with what my life looked like back 10 years ago. I decided I was absolutely going to I was going to accomplish, I was going to bring in abundance, and then through that, help people out in this world. That's what this radio show is all about. It's helping people as well. It's sharing my advice and information. This isn't for pay. This isn't anything other than I wanted to do this because my heart told me I wanted to reach more people. And so I started doing this radio show. All of this, all that you want, let's get clear. You want it in a small way? Well, then it's really not a strong desire at all. You just want to have a fun life. You may as well just be going and hanging out on the ski slopes or hanging out on the beach. It's really not about business or about helping people at all. It's just about entertaining yourself. Well, go watch a movie. You want to help people or you want to make money? I can give you a strong argument how you've been thinking extremely small, and that you can step up your game, step up your vision about what's possible, and create a tsunami on all those components. I started off 10 years ago. I was making about $100,000. Now, for some, they may think that's great. You were doing really well. For others, they'll go, oh, that's all right. For me, I thought I was doing well at the time. Then I had 6 kids. I had 6 children, 3 sets of twins, pretty much back to back. I had 5 kids or 6 children under 6 when the last set were born. I knew, hey guys, is that Stephen and Elephant Baby? Elephant Baby, welcome aboard. Absolutely 6 kids under 6. I knew I had to do something different, and I really stepped up my game. From that point to the point where I was working in abundance was at best a few years. At best, it took me 2 to 3 years to really create that tsunami in my life. From the moment of saying, this is it, it's time. I got within those first couple of years, got a chance, and I hung out with some of the best of the best. I got to hang out in Necker Island with Richard Branson. That happened within 12 months of really stepping into a bigger picture and started working on a national basis, started really getting that geography was meaningless and we could go anywhere at any time. For all of you, this is huge. I have to drive to the Valley for a meeting. Hey, God bless you. Absolutely enjoy. Stephanie, stay close. We'll talk more, and go to the website and have some fun. We have this event all around the country, MaverickSellingToday.com, and come hang out. It is conversations about how to build up business and build up your life. So it absolutely is what you love, what you love doing, what you love enjoying in your life, so that you get to the end of your pathway, the end of your life, and you can look back and say, instead of woulda, coulda, shoulda, which is the way most people enter their world, to be able to say, yes, I did it. I did what I was set here on this planet to do. And that's the whole goal. It's the whole goal of my coaching. It's the whole goal of my training, is to help people get to that place where you absolutely are living your purpose and your dream. One of the ways I found to do that is by breaking the rules, and the rules that people live by. One in particular is, I hear this a lot. Oh, you've got to be humble. You've got to be humble in everything that you do. Don't brag about yourself. Don't talk about your accomplishments, your success. Absolutely be, just hold it tight and just be there for other people. What I have learned is, unless you're bragging, unless you're telling people what you've accomplished, what you've done, very few other people are going to be doing it. Most of the time, people don't even notice everything that you've done until long after you've accomplished mega success. However, in the meantime, you've got to be the braggart. You've got to be the one to let people know, this is who I am. This is what I've done. This is where I'm going. Just watch as the rocket ship passes by. So being humble is one of those rules that I know I've broken. It's one of those rules that you watch. The big showmen are also the big success stories. The people who really step out and let people know what they're about are the ones that create so much of that tsunami. I have nothing. An elephant baby is saying, I have nothing to do right now, and I still depend on my parents, even though I finished college. I'm 25 years old, and I'm really damn. Was there the end of that sentence? So what do? You're young. You got nothing to do. Come on board. Come hang out. I will tell you, I've got one of the things I did about 10 years ago that was different is I began to grab hold of a different mindset. I began to say, I absolutely could. Whatever came into my world, I said yes to. And ever see the movie Yes Man? Well, that was so much and has been so much of my career. Again, very different than what most people do. Break the rules. Most people talk about, oh, no, I couldn't, I wouldn't, I couldn't promise, I don't want to overpromise. And they hedge simply saying yes. They spend too much time internally thinking about whether they should or not, and too little time actually doing. Say yes first. Create the tsunami, the action after. So for you, elephant baby, absolutely come hang out, say yes first, and we can find and create so much for you. I am desperately looking for people that have the time, the energy, the passion to create more, because I've got more opportunity running across my desk than I have time for. And here's what I find. I find most people in society, and it's an unfortunate thing, 95% of the people out there are complacent. 95% of the people out there believe that where they are is about as good as it's ever going to get. 95% of the people out there are depressed and unhappy with where they are. However, to stretch beyond where they are now is beyond their thinking. It's beyond where they really believe they could stretch to. It's beyond their thought patterns. And so they don't dare. It's a place they've never been, which is where everything that you want is. And they don't dare think that. No. I don't want to be disappointed. So they don't even consider the possibilities. And so when I approach people and I'm looking for them to share in opportunities I have available, in business plans I have available, in different opportunities I have within my core structure of my business, there's no other way to put it. They flake out. They go by the wayside. They show up one day, don't show up the next. And whether it's emotionally or physically, it doesn't matter. They're not consistently in the game. They're not focused in their own thought patterns. They're not focused in what they desire, what they want. Elephant baby, you're desirous of something different. I can help you get there. Reach out to me on social media. Reach out to me to spend 3 days with me at the MaverickSellingToday.com. MaverickSellingToday.com. Go there. The price tag, and Stephanie alluded to it, the price tag for my event is $297. This isn't a huge deal. For any of you that are struggling to spend $297, go borrow it from a friend, borrow it from your parents, borrow it from somebody, or just simply go out there on the street corner and Ouija a few windows, grab hold of your $297 and get to the event. Because here's what I know. 1, we will transform your life over 3 days. 2 is we also will go ahead and show you the pathway to create more money. We'll also show you the pathway to create more excitement, more passion, more love in your life, more joy in your life than you've ever had before. We will also, in addition to all this, is help you absolutely borrow the money and really create a influx of money, funding of sorts for your future and your business. This is really key, is that we can help fund the rest of the journey. And it's one of the things that I brought into the world for my students, for the people that I'm mentoring. And I've shared this and been sharing it with all my student population. So we not only can get you in the game, we can show you how to fund it so you can stay in the game and do it long term. So absolutely come join me at the MaverickSellingToday.com, July 15th through the 17th, and make it happen. Will it be live streamed? It will not be live streamed. I've been debating on my model on whether to do that. I just know, and one of the challenges I find is people they use excuses. They use reasons why not to show up. And I don't want to give anyone another reason not to be live, because live creates a whole new difference. Live, there's an expression. I was talking about this. I was with a group this past weekend, and the first row of a seminar, the first row, those front row seats are absolutely, we call in the seminar business, millionaire row. It is where the people, when they sit front row, they absolutely create more with the same information that we're sharing. They create more in their world. And got someone else coming on, and I'm going to finish the story and then bring you on.
Go ahead, man. Those people in the front row, you know what I mean?
Hey, I love it. Sitting in the front row. Man, it was interesting. So here I got an invite to Necker Island. Necker Island is Richard Branson's private island. So I got an invite to Richard Branson's private island, and it was one of those things where I had to jump. I had to say yes right away or it was gone, like literally within seconds. And I said yes to it, and then got there, got to hang out with Richard Branson, got to hang out with another a group. It was about 15 other millionaires there. And it was a phenomenal experience. I was sharing this one time and someone said, oh, well, that really doesn't excite me. I could just read his books. I was like, are you kidding? Like, what a difference hearing. I heard some of the same stories I might have heard in the book. I got to hear live from Richard Branson himself in his own words, in his own style, live. Yeah. There's no difference. The impact that it has on you personally makes all the difference in the world. And that message I cannot stress enough. So I've been kind of torn, Stephanie, about streaming my live events because I don't want an excuse for people not to show up. And we are coming on the tail end. We only have a few more moments. Now I see BEPOW. Explain who you are. What's your name?
I'm just
buddy?
I'm a producer and like a DJ, kind of like an entrepreneurial minded dude. You know what I mean? I just rock it,
Good.
Man.
DJ on a radio show. What's your deal?
I'm kind of old school. I like vinyls and wax. Just spinning tunes. But I can hop on the mic. I've done a little bit of. I've never done radio as far as like an actual like radio station. I've done random little broadcast stuff like that, but more like club DJ, drum and bass stuff like that.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. We're about to be off the air in just a second. I'm going to be ending this right on the hour. I've got some other commitments I've got to hop onto. However, come back and join me. I would love to talk further with you, hang out. And old school radio shows are passé now. Everything's podcast. I'm on iTunes as well. And right here with my good buddies at Star Worldwide Network. And they take care of me as far as producing this and being awesome producers. There's my buddy Blade, my producer, and absolutely the way to go. So that we can all be free spirits and absolutely make this happen the way it's supposed to be. So I am off. This is Paul Finck. This is the Maverick Difference radio show. You can see me every week here, 11 a.m. live Eastern Standard Time on Tuesdays, and go to www.mavericksellingtoday.com to hang out with me for 3 days and find me on social media. Come hang out with me. This is Paul Finck, the Maverick Millionaire. Till next time, everyone.
Thanks for listening to Paul Finck and the Maverick Difference Radio Show. You can listen to Paul live every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern and anytime 24/7 on RadiostarWorldwide.com.
Way to go, guys. Thanks so much. Awesome. Talk to you next time.